So anytime after the panel, if you just want to scan our Ko-fi and donate $2, you can get a raffle ticket and we'll send somebody home with a beautiful set of our fandom's literature.
We also have free stickers.
Free stickers and postcards that came out so nice.
Oh yeah.
Our artist, Tea Cakes, she did our promotional art.
I'm Ezriana. I'm your vice chair for Further Confusion for this year, but I am also the board chair and going to be the con chair for San Diego FurCon. Those who also go to LVFC, I am your HR director there.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of experience with furry conventions. I've been doing this since about 2016. For those who live here in the state of California, I'm one of your Bay Area admins or NorCal admins that help run the Stockton Furries or some of your Bay Area groups or events. I am proud to introduce Chance, your leader of the San Diego Furries, along with the Stinky Otter that's up here, who's also part of the San Diego Furries, Blake. I'm also here to introduce Kit, our secretary for FurCal. I'm also going to introduce A.G., our vice chair and one of our board members. I probably should have stated that Blake is also our treasurer. We trust the otter with the money, not to hide it.
They have secret pockets.
And then Chance is our IT board member, along with our operations director. So unfortunately, we couldn't be joined by all of our board members and execs today because a lot of them have things going on. Some got con cred already. Some are current execs here at FC that are doing exec things. So I'm gonna turn my radio down so that doesn't
They'll be
feedback.
recognized in the slide.
They will be. But what we wanted to do today was show that, hi, we are real people. We are, all California locals, not all maybe native to California. I'm originally from Louisiana, but I'm a transplant. But we are all here locally to start a convention by California Furries for California Furries. I know that there are multiple conventions here in California, like PawCon, there's Further Confusion, AFC, or if those that don't know AFC, another Furry Con. There is Golden State FurCon, thank you. I do also wish Golden State the best in their future because I do work closely with their board members for other things. I do wish Further Confusion, obviously I wouldn't be here if I didn't love this convention. We also are going to be partnering with Las Vegas FurCon for our first year. And hopefully I can make connections with BLFC and Reno to hopefully, make this something special for all of you. I want to go to the next slide so I know what it is. So I'll start with our mission statement. This is something that was kind of a little bit personal for me to help Chance and the San Diego Furries start this convention. I know this is something that they've always dreamed of doing, and I was just like, what's not having extra free time? I can just put this into the community. For those of you who don't help lead things or organize things, know that if you have a dream for an event or anything, it is possible. You have such a wide network of admins or community organizers that are all up here or anywhere in your hometown or state that are willing to help you. Some are more kind than others, but we are here to help you attain your goals. But one of the things about the Furry California Alliance is we are a product of the local community. We are dedicated to inclusivity. We want to create environments that are grounded based on furry and the LGBT lifestyle. We're not here to be, mega scary conservative con, like you can't wear pup hoods or you can't wear, anything that's not furry attire. We want you to be comfortable, we want you to feel safe.
Express yourselves.
Yes. We are going to meet under the bright and shiny Southern California sun. We know that, sometimes clouds and rain are not things down there. It's always sunny in SoCal.
Or on fire.
Or on fire.
Unfortunate.
For those that are in NorCal for maybe the first time, welcome to NorCal. We don't burn as much as SoCal. But we're here to foster friendships. We're here to foster the feeling of family. Your family isn't always the people that you grew up with. It's the friends that you make along the way. That was so cute, but I'm going to tease you and say that was gay along the way. I'm sorry, I had to.
Hey, that's the furry experience.
Look, my first year at FC, I came here and I was just like, I want to know what it is. And then someone was like, hey, do you want to get free things? And I was like, sure, why? And then I got led into con ops, and this is me now. But I have to admit that, some of the furry fandom is some of the biggest family that I've ever created. As you heard me probably earlier, some of you, I call AG my sister. She kind of adopted me.
No, you found me. You
Oh,
found
yeah,
me.
I found them.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was some trash can we were both eating out of, probably.
Yeah, it was called the Furrbecue trash can.
The Furrbecue trash can. We're here to embrace diversity. It's all of us come from a different walk of life, be it IT, I work HR for the government, I'm formerly a nurse.
I do IT for the military.
I'm gonna be a chemist, looking around for more work.
I'm an admin clerk for a tech company.
I'm an artist.
They're an amazing artist, by the
and
way.
Event organizer, mostly. Yeah, I just do, the Southern California, the SoCal Furs Barbecue, and I admin a lot of the SoCal Furs administration chats where people and all of our local, meet admins and leaders can have a place to chat and just talk about safety, structure, make sure everybody's safe. We all support each other's meets. There's really there shouldn't be any territorial fights about it, right? Like a lot of our admins admin multiple meets and staff, so that's how we all know each other. So we all do this because we love furries. Like, I'm not just a furry, I'm a furry enthusiast. If you're a furry, I love you. I love how furries are wired. I love that they're my people. I grew up as an internet nerd into the Lion King mug, into like My Little Pony, Disney stuff, and Vader Zim later. I interned for Nickelodeon back in the day in 2008 on Fairly Odd Parents, so that is where I had my degree in media arts animation. Then the industry kind of became a little bit of a clusterfuck, and I'm not touching that right now. So, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I saw too many of my friends get hurt, and during the pandemic, Netflix closed down the studio, and I moved back to Orange County, right? Because there was nothing to do over there. So I started to reevaluate my life, and now I do event organizing for furries, mostly as a professional volunteer.
How many people here are artists?
Yeah. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Who here is a musician?
Oh, good. Nice.
How many here are writers?
Yep.
How many people here are gamers? Expect all of that at San Diego FurCon.
Yay!
Good
How many
thing.
here play VR chat? So know that we will also have our own VR world in VR chat.
Oh, did we get that back?
We're getting that.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Who here does content creation like TikToks or YouTube, or who here is a Twitch streamer?
I'm not TikTok anymore.
It's back online.
Actually, it is back online.
Oh, did it come back already?
So if anyone wants to hear the funniest thing,
That's tomorrow.
last night at about 11 o'clock, or no, it was 9 o'clock, I was sitting on the steps of the convention center, and all the volleyball girls were outside when the band finally snapped and it shut down the app, and you just hear screaming across the we all turned, me and a bunch of students turned around and we were like, what's going on? And they were like, TikTok is dead. I'm like, oh.
Basically every high school.
I was in the app and then it happened.
Oh no!
What's going on me?
Basically, every middle schooler and high schooler had the equivalent of the Thanos slap. Thanos slap, and then the
It's
blood
funny.
this morning.
There was someone in the dealer stand yesterday. There was a TikTok store shop that sells the Dino Nuggie plushie. They were selling them for 50 cents to a quarter a piece just to get rid of them. And someone went and bought like 30 of them and was like, I'm gonna make money now. I'm like, no, give them away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
We go through the next couple slides.
well, I'm gonna finish the second paragraph.
Sorry.
So we are an up-and-coming nonprofit organization. We are recognized by the state of California as a nonprofit. The only thing is that to get what most conventions do is 501c3. We are having to pay the IRS to give us that tax exemption status to be able to host the events that we need. The IRS is a little bit more complicated than the state of California. The state of California is just like, oh, you want to host events and be an organization? Cool, go for it. The IRS was more like, oh, we need this list of things that we don't explain how to do, but good luck. Here's a PDF created in 2004. But we plan on prioritizing accessibility for our attendees, ensuring that this event will continue to be affordable for all. One of the things that we are going to be discussing is potentially doing a scholarship program for furries who cannot afford to pay for their registration, or help furries come together who need hotel rooms to kind of start that networking process of, hey, maybe you can save money by not being by yourself, because as many of us know, hotels can be expensive. We want to commit to making this a cherished event. I know many people call FC their home con, or you may have a convention that you call your home con. We're hoping that some of you may call San Diego your future home con. And if not, that's okay. We still love you and want you to have fun.
Just
But we are a convention that our philosophy is, the board of FurCal is, our con is your con. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I guess in some ways you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. But it's not one-sided. We do this because we love you. We're not here to make money off of this. None of us are getting paid to do this. Putting 16 hours in a day to make a furry convention run, sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? I do this for the fun, but I haven't slept in 3 days.
that's a part of it.
But our con is going to be all about you. If you want to volunteer, add anything, contribute anything. We want this to not be a secret board of people that are behind pulling the Wizard of Oz strings. We want you to participate in any way you can, any way you want. We want to build a community together. For those who may not know, Conference back in the day is from SoCal, and one of the big things is that we want to continue the legacy of fun that was created by that. That's why a lot of us are coming together for that, because we want to do this for you. Go to the next slide. So as I said before, I'm Ezriana, I'm your board chair, and I'm going to be the con chair for the next few years for San Diego FurCon to get off the ground. We are joined by the chef in the corner, A.G., who is our board staff member and con vice chair. Kitsuno, who is our board secretary and HR for San Diego FurCon. Blake, our board member, who is a treasurer and the con treasurer. So if you need money, go to him.
Or if you need to give him money.
Or give him money.
Give it.
Chance, one of our board members in con IT, which I think we changed that to operations. It's kind of in the air.
We'll do both, yeah.
Bayshore, who is not officially a board member, but they are our legal advisor who has helped guide us with the proper wording and way of doing things. Mipt, who is your current FC business director, who is a very good friend of mine, who is joining us at FurCal in San Diego FurCon as a board member and business team advisor. We have Tanny. Tanny is an advisor to the board, but is also the chairman for Las Vegas FurCon and board secretary for Las Vegas FurCon. So they are a plethora of knowledge. They are your current social media lead for FC. And then Tea Cakes, our artist lead and con theming lead. And then, is that their?
That
is
was
that
the QR code to their Blue Sky, yeah.
If anyone would like to scan and see their amazing art, you can scan this QR code. We promise you're not going to get rickrolled.
No,
If not, I've had that done with QR codes to me so many times.
Imagine TK suddenly makes like a ritual artwork.
We're only going to chocolate rain.
Hey, Grovel, can you reach out to Summer and see why they were calling me? So, our proposed production line, I want to be 100% honest with you because I believe transparency is a very big thing. We originally had planned to launch in 2026, but with San Diego being a very high cost city with things like Comic-Con and other major events that are held down there, you know, obviously we're not going to shoot for the San Diego Convention Center the first year because I don't have the Elon Musk money to do that. If I could, I would. But we are here at 2025 filing for our final nonprofit status. We're assembling our teams. We are getting all of our legal things in order to ensure that we are meeting the legal requirements to host this event for you. I can say that like for the team for AFC, it took them like 2 to 2.5 years to 3 years maybe to just organize this behind the scenes. FC, it takes us, you know, months of prep work to be able to get to where we are. It's a constant work behind the scenes. A lot of people think sometimes we just come here and just throw it together and it's done.
No.
I can tell you it's months and months and months of planning to suddenly have it go all out the window with one sneeze or cough. In 2026, we will be reaching out to a third-party company that anyone who works with furry conventions and hotels knows. They are almost like, I call them the fairy godparents of convention hotels. They will work with our venue to get us all of our needs met, to ensure that the cost is affordable for attendees. We need to make sure that our nonprofit paperwork is all in order before we reach out to them, or they kind of laugh at us and ignore us. I've done this with multiple conventions before, so before I reach out to her, I'm going to ensure that, you know, every line is crossed correctly. Are you okay with me giving a general idea of where we want to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Without giving the exact name?
Yes.
Also, they couldn't find the stickers, that's why they were calling you.
I pray to God they didn't end up back at my house after you gave them to me. If not, it's fine. I'll mail them to Chance.
That's fine, we can always pass them around at meets.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, so
Yeah,
for
it's
those
stickers.
that are familiar with San Diego or with SoCal, we're looking to go to Mission Bay, or where, I'll just say it, the Town and Country Resort is located,
Which Mission Valley then?
or Mission
Mission
Valley.
Valley,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, that's fine. There's a lot of
I
missions.
promise I've never been to San Diego, and I'm doing this, and it makes me look like an idiot.
We do a lot of correcting for them, don't
But they've been trying to kidnap me down there so I can see the area.
Well, you just have all of our structure, man, you've got the bricks, we have the labor, but we can't do it without you.
Exactly.
But we are looking to go where the first ever furry convention was held.
They are under new management.
They
from
are
20
under
years
new
ago.
management.
It's not the same management from 20 years ago when they had problems with us before. They will not have problems with us now.
But
Also, that venue has
Yes.
also
Conference was in SD.
Yeah.
I've also been to a convention there.
Yes, no.
Yes, they.
Much better now.
Yes, they
Oh, no,
already
conference
mentioned that.
was in,
Yeah. Oh wait,
in
no.
Irvine, actually.
Irvine.
They're
not Nessie. Yeah.
Comic-Con.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So like the original FurCal.
Yeah.
So the right, to clarify, the people who started the very first furry convention ever, conference, they had an offshoot of Comic-Con in I think 1999, called Califer Diego. Was it Califer? Yeah, no, they had already transitioned to Califer.
That was
They-
in Costa Mesa.
Huh?
That was originally in Costa Mesa, the first one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was in Orange County.
And then it went to
One of them
Irvine.
did end up in San Diego though.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
there was
did
one-
do the Town and Country one year, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the last year.
It moves
Yeah.
back and forth with.
So we were where they were for their last year.
They got in trouble for having nipples out on art and had to cover them with stickers or something like that. So all the artists got upset. They had to put sticky notes over their art, but that was back in the day when they didn't have all the regulations. Again, it was like 20 years ago. It's much more streamlined now. So
I just also, oh my god, you just made me think of something. That's gonna be an offshoot conversation for later.
okay, later.
I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I love the dealers done this year, and anyone who is a dealer that's here. When you're cutting your sticky notes out to cover the sensitive bits of things, and you cut the sticky note to the exact shape of the sensitive there was someone selling enamel pins that were of certain canine anatomy, and the sticky note was red covering the certain canine anatomy, and I'm like, oh, that's great.
So basically everybody was going, who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu.
Great thing. But we do have the basic structure of what our organization will look like. For those that are aware, we are many conventions. We model after each other. That's why sometimes you can go to one and it looks very similar to another, just different faces and different few minor tweaks of rules.
We all talk to each other and share what works and
We
X's
do.
out what doesn't.
I'm using a lot of things that are here at FC or at BLFC or Las Vegas FurCon and reaching out to other conventions to kind of do a dry run of what would work for us. We will be releasing a lot of those documents as they are completed because I do want to be transparent with all of you.
They're boring to read, but
They are
They are
boring
there.
to read, and unfortunately I can't do TLDRs of all of them.
they'll be available.
So, as I joke that we will have to ADHD through it together. We will have a website hopefully up and running as soon as our 501c3 is approved.
The social media QR code is in there too later in the slides.
Okay. That way we will release all of our 501 documents to you, all of our state registration documents, all of our board organizational documents. That way you know where everything's going, how it's being done. We are going to hopefully by the middle of this year start opening our volunteer registration. To make things easier for everyone, I'm going to be working with Concat, the same thing you use at many furry conventions to register, apply, to do anything you need to do. That way it's not a new process. Those who back in the day remember what Reg Fox used to be, we're not going to be doing terrible websites anymore.
I've got,
What you got?
can we release the theme now? And the next slide is
Does want to see the theme?
the next slide is the next slide is a mascot reveal, by the way. So
Oh, who wants to see what the mascots are? Actually, before we do that, who was here last year at FC? Who here liked the dockies and the new art that we did last year?
Yeah.
Let's just say a lot of it is going to be the same inspiration that you'll see at San Diego FurCon from me, the marketing director of last year.
So our theme then is literally right here. San Diego vacation.
So for our first theme for San Diego FurCon will be a nod to San Diego. You can go to the next slide. Which will have Loma, our trans masculine mascot. They are a Mexican free-tailed bat. And yes, they will, each mascot will have their own backstory and small stories for you to enjoy. as we grow them. So as the years go by, you will see them progress with you, grow with you, and become a part of your con experience.
Read the descriptions, we worked real hard on this.
So they are a traveling social media influencer with a passion for skateboarding and unique cuisine. They explore around the world with their best friend, Sandy. And what's their next stop? San Diego. And we promise Carmen San Diego's not there. Because I feel like someone did that as an internal joke.
By the way, lots of unique cuisine in San Diego.
There are
Lots.
Convoy disco.
Convoy!
I see that one too.
You guys like really good Mexican food? Anything in Chula Vista or anything in North Park or pretty much anywhere in San Diego?
Tacos El Gordo?
Yes!
It still breaks my heart not living in San Diego County. My mate's the shit.
So those who would like Sandy. Sandy is a Californian wild dog / golden retriever mix. She is Loma's best friend, possibly more, but we'll leave that to you. And she's a travel agent. She keeps Loma's channel running, making sure their trips stay on schedule and the fun never ends. She also may have an affinity for tennis balls. So each one of our mascots will represent a different part of San Diego FurCon. And for Sandy, she's the one that keeps everything together. She'll be the one that you'll see in operations. She'll be the one you see with programming. She'll be the one that's the mom behind the scenes.
Dorothy, yeah.
Dorothy.
Yeah.
Spelling's weird, but it's Dorothy.
So for those who want to know, Dorothy is the very definition of a parking lot seagull. So Diego the harbor seal found her on the beach one day in a pile of French fries in an empty chip bag under a pier. She's pulled a plastic straw from his nose once. A trash bag, oh my gosh, fashionista, can doll up any look and will steal your food. So yes, she is wearing a grocery bag, and no, unfortunately you can't see through it right now.
It's a reusable grocery bag.
Get to know her better.
Get to know her better.
We have a Navy SEAL!
So,
Oh my god. Just wait, let's.
Oh, wait, people are taking photos.
So Diego the bear, or harbor seals, is every creature's dad friend. I swear we need to draw art with New Balance shoes and socks on.
Yeah.
He enjoys watching the iconic SoCal sunsets with his friend Dorothy. And his average beverage. What is his average
It says
beverage?
favorite beverage.
Or favorite beverage.
What is his favorite?
What is his favorite
I
beverage?
would assume it was sex on the beach.
It's probably a microbrew because San Diego has a lot of those.
Oh yeah, you go to North Park, there's a crap ton of breweries.
But Diego prides himself in his fine collection of sandals. And we promise he's not wearing socks with his sandals.
Let the man live his life.
Yes.
What is Diego's favorite neighborhood in San Diego?
Probably OB. Ocean Beach.
Where do most dads live in San Diego?
Oceanside, Oceanside.
Poway.
I think most dads would live in Poway, but there's also Ocean Beach.
Poway, that's where Blink-182's from.
Well, speaking of dads, there's Joe Bear. We can just ask where he lives.
I'm gonna be staffing your con, you know that.
I almost thought you said you were going to be stabbing me for a moment. I'm like, oh, okay.
Go pod.
For those that want to come in, we do have some seats in the middle still. You can also just, if you want to come chill on the floor with us, we don't bite.
Unless you ask.
unless you ask, but I won't make it
You
a
don't mind if I
planned
stand over
incident.
here?
Go to the next slide. So this is all 4 of them together. We promise we didn't make this look like a mug shot. But it does have all of their heights. So Loma is going to stand at 5 feet. So they are small. Small. Sandy is 5'10". Wow, we made that my height.
6'3" for.
Diego is 6'3", and Dorothy is 6'5". That is the old name that we had.
Yes, Diego does represent a bit of the gray muzzle in the community.
Yeah.
Yes.
We wanted to have a gray muzzle as part
Yeah,
of
so
the-
one of our mascots is indeed a gray muzzle.
Yeah. He's over 50, right?
And for those who also, there is one mascot that I do not think is getting revealed today that will represent FurCal. So you will have one more mascot from our organization getting revealed soon.
Absolutely.
All of this will be on our social media, and then once our website's up, there'll be a page dedicated to them. And normally conventions ask you not to draw their art or to have fun with the mascots. I'm just gonna say, go with it. If you wanna do anything, as long as you ask permission of us and don't try to profit off of it.
That seagull is mine.
I have a feeling you're gonna have a fun time catching her. So we are gonna ask for people's help. Obviously, we're not asking for you to go out of your way if you can. But a convention does take a lot to run. And we are, as board members, going to be footing a lot of the bill as much as we can. But a normal convention starting out small is going to be about $150,000 to $200,000
In San Diego.
in San Diego. We've been pricing it, and San Diego is not as expensive as the Bay Area, but it is going to cost a lot. So what we're going to be doing is, we opened a Ko-Fi because I couldn't get Patreon to allow us to do it. We're going to be allowing people to donate one time, or if you want to continuously donate. These will be redeemable for gifts at conventions for those who do the memberships. You will get exclusive benefits that sponsors or super sponsors won't get for your donations. You'll also have other memorabilia made for you or exclusive merchandise made for you.
I think we're also going to organize fundraising events at the San Diego Furries meets throughout the next 2 years.
Correct.
Yes,
So those that go to any SoCal meets, you will have certain charity events that will be for this organization.
What about San Diego Pride for next July?
That's a good
We're
idea.
gonna get into it soon. I'm gonna make San Diego Pride's definitely happening again. I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the San Diego Pride's furry contingent director. So, yeah.
Chance, you're the man.
Right, me.
It's late.
Well, one of the great things, Joe, that we've already done is I've reached out to San Diego's Chamber of Commerce. And once we fill out the application, they're going to accept us into the Chamber of Commerce. And so Furries will officially be part of the San Diego Chamber of Commerce.
I'm not enough green, guys. Need more green. I tried, I'm not enough.
So if anyone would like the QR code for that or to take a picture of the link, you're more than welcome to. We will be posting it also on social media.
Yeah.
If you would like to contact Blake or I, these are our emails at the bottom if you have any questions. One of the emails that I didn't write was San Diego FurCon @gmail because
That's in there later, I think.
oh, it's in there later.
But that
Never-
was, the 2 emails for you and Blake directly were for if someone wanted to be what is an angel donor and donate a couple thousand, then you would email them directly about that. You don't need to drop thousands of dollars into the Ko-fi. You can email our board about that.
Which we'd be very grateful.
Also, another perk of working so closely between the convention and the San Diego Furries meetup group is that we are planning on offering later on down the line, this is going to be much later, we are offering the opportunity to complete your con registration and get your badge at our meetups. So this will be an option in the future.
We want to minimize LineCon as much as possible, so.
Yeah.
So even for AFC, we do not want that to happen.
2 to 3 hours in the hot sun? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This is the perks of having all the organizers local.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we are also going to be looking into is, while many furry conventions still stick with your regular badges, we will be looking into alternatives to your normal badges, which will be like wristbands or other wearable items that look like normal everyday items that you'll be able to scan, verify who you are, and move through. Many of our staff are IT experts, and so this will be running through a process much like what FWA and other cons do now to just improve on what's already been done. You can go to the next slide. So for those that want to know our history, in February 2024, we founded ourselves as a board. It was a small Telegram chat of me throwing people into it and being like, hey, you want to be on a board together? Me reaching out to Chance and being like, hey, I know this has been a pipe dream and I know I'm probably going to scream internally, but I'm just going to say, let's just pull the trigger and do it. Let's just go, let's just run with it. And if we stumble and fall, we stumble and fall. If we pick up and go, we pick up and go. By the time May of 2024 hit, we filed our legal paperwork with the state of California. We got approval, we went through the tax board, and we have our state nonprofit status. Technically, theoretically, in all eyes of California law, we don't need the IRS, but we kind of do need the IRS. It's only for, small things that we need the IRS for. At June of 2024, we filed for our IRS EIN. And there's a funny story about this. We all thought it was going to be a long, excruciating process. But the second you click submit, it generates a number and gives it to you. And by the time I clicked refresh on the page, I already had the number. And so I went into the board chat and I was just like, oh, by the way, our number's been approved. And everyone was just like, oh, it said it would take a few weeks. And I'm like, yeah, apparently it took like 10 seconds.
So the IRS is a little more tech advanced than we thought.
A bit more.
For context, EIN is basically a social security number for a business.
So yeah, if you ever see a number for like a con and it's like a 9-8 dash, a bunch of numbers behind it, that's basically the con's version of a social security number. You can pull that up on the IRS's website and learn a lot about them. Use that information wisely, because sometimes you may find our legal information attached to it, but in all legal transparency, it's okay that it's out there. I don't care if you know my legal name or where I live. All I ask is that you don't send me pipe bombs in my mailbox. July of 2024.
You're right, it was closer to August.
Yeah, it was in between. We started forming a marketing team, and that marketing team came together on Discord with a force that I cannot put into words. When you throw a bunch of artists in a chat together and into a Discord together and tell them just create whatever feels right to you, they will come up with some of the craziest concepts.
And that's how we got our mascots.
And that's how we got our mascots. I honestly, as the board president, everyone comes to me and they ask me for approval, and I just look at them and I'm like, just run with it. Just do what feels right.
I think the creator of our logo is in the audience today, aren't they?
Are they?
Are they?
Is the person, stand up.
Oh, you did the logo.
I'm gonna call you out. So the person who created our logo and was one of the original, So one of the original wanting to put this together, Furries, is right here. They are an amazing being. And let me see your badge. Your other badge. Oh, you don't have a hugs thing on it. So they don't have a hugs thing, so if they consent to it, you should all bombard them with hugs.
Ask first.
Ask first, yes, consent is important.
It's a beautiful logo.
It's a very
It is a
beautiful
very
logo.
beautiful
It looks
logo, and
like
thank
it
you for
fits
being
very well.
so
Yeah.
open to helping us change it as needed. But,
We will be reaching out to you more often.
Yeah.
and then December of this year, we filed for the FC panel, of last year, sorry.
Right, December
We
24.
filed in the future for this panel. Back to the future moment.
And here we are.
And here we are.
January.
Go to the next slide. We are going to open the floor to any questions. If it's related to SoCal things and the area, I will deflect it to Chance and AG or Blake. If it's about the organization and structure or the legal side, I'll reflect it to me. But I want to take this time to allow you to get to know us and ask us questions. We unfortunately don't have a portable mic in this room. So if you do, what I can do is, if Kit,
Yeah.
can you point people out if they raise their hand or want to speak, and then go from there? So if you have any questions of us, feel free to raise your hand and I'll answer them in the order of which your hand. Sure.
I guess it's the venue. Are you looking at probably like, I'm not saying town and country, because those are a whole lot of work for a lot of people. What resort, what venue are you looking at, either downtown or Mission Valley, or even Chula
Downtown's too
Vista? What are
expensive.
you looking at?
So we have looked at downtown a little bit. The only issue with downtown is of course parking there. Depending on the amount of money we can get though, we could possibly look into renting out an entire parking structure. That's something I've been trying to look into, and if it's something feasible, I would very much like to do it. If we can get a
Can you
parking
get a mic,
structure.
Blake?
Yeah. So I can actually. There's a human under there. That's gross.
What magic?
Here.
I know I got a microphone.
Like you're
Thanks.
running the, oh no, sorry.
So we would like to do downtown. The issue with downtown is of course parking there, because parking is an absolute mess in downtown San Diego for anyone who's been there. We are possibly looking at, depending on how much money we raise, looking at maybe renting out an entire parking structure. It's something I'm still looking into a bit, and I'm hoping it can work out because that would make life so much easier for everybody.
Thank you.
We had another question back here.
The fellow in the blue? I guess?
Yeah.
Do you know when you're gonna hold it? Like what dates? Like summer or fall or
What time of year?
spring?
So so I work with multiple conventions, and I actually reached out to multiple conventions to get a general idea of when the larger furry conventions here in the US or in other countries are held. I put all of this into a spreadsheet, and I'm hoping, the hope, TM, is that we are aiming for spring. Almost, for those who remember in the before COVID times of BLFC's old time frame, around there. So hopefully like post TFF to pre-AC, or if not, post AC to pre-now BLFC, which we understand is hot in San Diego. But we're trying not to step on conventions that we're trying to partner with, or other major events within California, like the FurBarbecue, or some of the events that San Diego Furs go to, or, you know, Folsom or Dory, or, you know, other conventions within the state of California. Obviously, I don't want to go the same weekend as GFC or PawCon, because I don't want people to murder me because they work with me.
I have the ALS walk, so yeah.
But the goal is to try to find either in the spring or late summer, early fall. That way I'm not like hey, who wants to do a fursuit parade outside on the 4th of July in the middle of the heat? Who wants to go walk on the sand and bake alive with me?
For anybody who's been to San Diego Comic-Con in the heat, it is a nightmare. Yeah, especially during the fursuit meets.
We're trying to pick a not stinky time of year.
Alright, question?
So what about June? Because I don't know if there's any big furry events happening in June in place.
Early.
But June gloom. But what about June?
June gloom.
Well, June early would be shaded. Early June, like.
Early June, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, early July.
That's the best weather in San Diego.
Yeah.
July is
It's not
Comic-Con.
Yeah, just late,
July's
mid to late
Comic-Con,
July.
but early June would be good.
What convention
It's
is
not
in
gonna be.
June?
It's not gonna be that hot. It's just June gloom happening.
This is a conversation we keep having amongst the board like multiple times, and like we just keep circling around.
Honestly, it's whatever. It's whatever.
I'm gonna be 100% honest when I say this. I'm more worried about upsetting West Coast cons than East Coast cons at this point. And so any date that we pick is not gonna conflict with something that's from like Utah over. So anything that's like past TFF East, if it's MFF or FWA or AC or Indie FurCon,
Hey, Ezri, why couldn't we just do what FC does and just have the VR portal cross-reference two cons going at the same time, East and West?
we could.
Yeah, we could.
That is an option. I can make that happen.
That's amazing with A&E.
Yeah.
FC's doing that right now with Annie. Yeah.
That was an interesting conversation to do. Yeah, so it's more or less going to be trying to find a time that is physically comfortable for people, financially comfortable for people. I want to try to put it in a time of year where those of you that are in college won't have to skip class or be like, oh my god, I have to decide, do I want to go take this final or go have fun? Or is it in a holiday that your work might black out and tell you, no, go get screwed? Because I totally haven't pulled the COVID card to come to a con before. So it's going to be complicated, but once I can work with the venue coordinator to price out what is the best time of year, preferably like what holiday weekend is not going to murder us in pricing and union costs.
I'm thinking President's Day weekend in February.
I thought about that too.
Are there any cons?
That would be funny.
I mean, if there aren't any cons, it'd be back to back.
Yeah.
Google, actually, Gobble.
Yeah.
Are there any furry conventions on President's Day weekend?
I think
There's a whole website dedicated to all the conventions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it sounds like you're going to start this con at some kind of hotel, right? It's going to be inside.
It's
the
going to be a
hotel.
hotel with a convention center attachment to it. So like, not necessarily like SJCC style convention center, but it's one that can host weddings, has food and beverage, has multiple. If you've ever been to a hotel, like kind of like the Marriott, how it has all the meeting rooms on the second and third floor, there are conference center hotels that are good starting out at that have multiple properties around it. And when I say the Town and Country Resort, that is the #1 place we're looking to go, but it's not necessarily a promise, especially with currently in San Diego, there is a brand new resort that is looking to launch when we are looking to have our con. And I've already been in contact with their management of when their launch date is to see if we can be the first event at their property.
And that would be our own hotel.
So, and this would be a brand new, you would have everything in the room, you'd probably be the first like 100 people to be in the room to degeneratize it.
We break it in.
You want to break in a hotel? Go right ahead.
Oh, the venue that doesn't have the
Just don't ring for the hotel.
Yeah, so for like you said, like in February, right?
When is President's Day?
On the 17th.
Yeah.
So,
February?
Well, nothing huge in the West, but Nordic plus Hot is extended.
Oh, Nordic Plus.
That's not our neighbors.
It's okay. I don't have a passport. Probably lots of people don't have passports. It's okay.
Person with the headphones.
it's more of a transit question, because from people who are like coming out from like Oakland or San Francisco driving out, my question is like, is there like gonna be like any city buses near the area?
MTS and trolley system.
Okay, so San Diego has a fairly robust trolley network. So that's how a lot of locals get around. But we do also have buses that work directly with the trolleys. San Diego MTS's system is actually decent. So if you just Google like San Diego MTS, you'll be able to they have a tool on their website that lets you plan your routes. We're also hoping that whatever venue we do get, there's just going to be a lot of parking. That's going to be a high priority. So, there's that as well.
One of the big things that I'm also working with right now is I have reached out to Amtrak in the San Diego airport. I've also reached out to Lyft and Uber. Lyft has responded to me and will be offering us discount codes for San Diego FurCon. I don't know what the percentage is. I still have to negotiate with them, but it's looking to be about 25 to 35% off your ride. That's mostly because also I'm offering to allow them advertisement space with us, which I'm fine doing. It comes with a catch. If I have to put a page in a con book for them and be like, here's Lyft, we all know what they are, but here's your pop-up ad in a con book.
We have to design your freaking ad.
No, we're not designing their ad. It's a multi-million-dollar company. They can figure it out.
Yeah.
They can use ChatGPT. I wouldn't hold that against them, though.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna decide.
Next question.
We can make them a
Oh, I've
mascot
got a
for
good
that.
question actually.
Oh, AG.
Who wants to address how artist-friendly we are and we're not gonna have drop shippers, resellers, or AI in our den?
Yes, I do want to specify this, and this is really big with furry conventions. And I can say this wholeheartedly on behalf of FC, that we do not allow resellers. We do not allow people to come in and buy tons of things from wish.com and sell it to you. Our dealer's den, everyone will be screened. Everyone will be vetted through other conventions to know that they are reputable dealers, allowing smaller dealers and larger ones to come in together to work together. One of the big things that I like to do is I kind of like to match make dealers near each other. So if I know friends are dealing together or want to be near each other, it kind of helps you build a booth that vibes together and does things together. But no, you won't see anime cat girl ears and butt plug tails from wish.com, or you won't see the cringy things that you see at Star Trek Con or Comic Con.
There's no cringy things at Star Trek Con.
No Funko Pops?
No.
This is a YouTube's family.
On that, are we having a night market?
Yes, that is also a big thing. We will work and negotiate with our property to have a night market. I have been reading a lot of the terms and conditions for contracts for multiple properties, reaching out on kind of the down low to not give ourselves away that we're interested in hosting things, but seeing emailing hotels and being like, hey, what do you allow and don't allow? And if I throw enough money at you, will you look the other way? If I buy enough food, will you not let us have to wear certain things at certain times?
We let us be ourselves.
I almost named a con out by name, but I'm not going to.
I got a question.
Nope.
Well,
is this going to be like an 18 and up con or an all ages con?
Good question.
I'm actually...
Depends on the funding and whether or not we can.
Well, no,
accommodate
it
the
depends on the community.
community.
Since we are doing this based on what the community wants,
Oh, okay.
I don't have a problem being a family-friendly con. I also don't mind it being 18 plus. Obviously, like with FC, we allow all ages, but you have to have parental consent if you're under the age of 18. But I also work for LVFC, which, because it's Vegas, it makes sense to be 21 plus. But also, it comes with a reputation. So, I think what I'm going to do the closer we get is I'm going to poll the community and honestly do a session where we do feedback to see what the community wants, because I love seeing cons with younger content. I love helping bring the next generation of furries in, because those of us that have been at this for so long, we get worn out and we want to bring in the next generation of leadership. We can't do this forever, and it's like I tell Kit, I'm only going to do this a few years, and then I want one of you to take this on after me. This is my legacy to y'all. I want us to be able to show these safe spaces, because furry is so mainstream now. I cannot tell you the amount of children I see in Dino Mask now that are furries. Or even though I know people get upset about it and sometimes they're really cute, the kids who get Alibaba fursuits, and I'm just like, you are so precious, but I know who that's designed after, but I can't be mad at you because you're this tall and
Yeah, let them find out about that on their own.
Well, I like it because it makes the parents smile.
Yeah.
And like last year with the fursuit parade, I don't know if many of you noticed in the photo, the entire front row was children. I did that with all the banners because I'm really big on wanting them to feel included and safe. And having all the parents up front with them, allowing them to take photos of their kids with all the fursuiters, really touched my heart last year.
Helps the parents be okay with what we're doing.
Sorry, it makes me want to cry thinking of that, but it's just such an adorable moment. That was the biggest ADHD moment that I had. I don't know what thought was in my head a moment ago, and I saw that and I'm like, what? I also don't have my glasses on, so I can't see shit right now.
It's a big suit made out of like hundreds of balloons.
It was a balloon. Yeah.
Do we have any more questions?
Any more questions?
Yes.
If we're looking to help with the volunteer at the event or anything like that, when can we expect to reach out about that? Or when will volunteer applications or staff or anything like that?
So I'm working on finalizing our staff NDA, our application process, and getting a formal application opened. Obviously, with any organization, when you sign up to do something, there has to be terms and conditions to everything for the sake of legalese. It has been very big words in a dictionary that I've had to learn for legal sake. And it's been me going to multiple con chairs around the world and being like, I know you know me, but I really need help and I need a big parent moment.
And then all of us come to you and do the same thing. Hi, we need help. Where's our big parent moment?
But I'm hoping by the time Las Vegas FurCon is done this year, I will have our staff applications wide open, and then a few months after that, once I reach out to
When is LVFC?
April.
Yeah.
Easter weekend.
Once I get the contracts finalized and can open dealer applications, hotel, and registration, I am going to wide open all of our volunteer applications to everything, but starting out, I'm going to limit it to certain key teams to do the pre-con work. That way the at-con teams can come in and do the at-con work.
Because it's still only 2025. We have all of 2026.
No, you can't have my talking
So even
stick.
if you
Fuck
commit
you. No,
to
I'm
you commit to wanting to volunteer in 2025, who knows where you'll be closer to
Well, now I feel like I
2027.
can't even talk. I feel sad now. So I think if anyone really does want to go ahead and try and get a jump start on maybe volunteering though, I think the small few positions we do have open, so that we are still scouting, or we are looking for some lead positions in some of our departments. So if that's something you think you're ready for, something you got the confidence to do it, you can easily contact one of us. We can look into getting you helped out with that.
What leads are open?
I think we have some marketing lead positions open at the moment.
Charity?
Charity, yeah.
Oh, we don't have a charity lead, that's right.
Yeah, maybe I think
We're
our
brand new,
our
you guys are
marketing-
seeing everything from the ground up.
Yeah, we're very brand new. Hawaiian shirt first, because I saw your hand first.
What sort of charities will you partner with?
Oh, that's important.
So with everything that's going on in the country right now, especially with the concerns of LGBT rights and trans rights, especially right now, I know a lot of cons are shifting back from doing cute animal things to more of human rights. Any organization that we touch, I want to be based out of San Diego or SoCal within the Orange County and down, because I want this to be something that affects the local community. Be it like we did a partnership with the Bill Wilson Center here at FC that was taking in youth to adults and families that are struggling, that may need medical help, that may need mental help, that may need financial or housing. I want this to make
work, like social change.
yes, social work type things.
San Diego has an LGBT center.
And San Diego does have an LGBT center, and I actually thought about reaching out to them as our first one.
You know what I also thought of, Ezri? There's a lot of racetracks down there. If we wanted an animal charity, it could be one of the racetracks or for the rescue.
Oh, like the fairgrounds?
Yeah.
The fairgrounds. I want our charities, when we vet them and reach out to them, I want this to be a life impacting bond that we create with them, because if you've noticed here in the zoo area, there were charities from former years that line down one of the walls. I invite them back every year because I want to keep that relationship of, we're not just going to give you money one year, be like, here, have some furry money, and then never talk to you again. I'm really big on growing bonds, so like, yeah, the Pride Center or some nonprofit that does anything. Obviously, I'm not going to do like, we're not going to donate money to Goodwill or the Salvation Army, and we're not going to donate money to, Humana. Because I'm not doing corporate nonprofit.
The local social charities and LGBTQIA local stuff.
What's up?
Just wanted to ping you on time. We have about 27 minutes left on the clock.
Is there a panel after us?
I have no idea. I need to look at this schedule.
If there's not a panel after us,
We
then
can be your laws.
I'm going to make the executive's decision that I'm not giving the room away.
Okay. Person in the back, because I saw your hand up.
Far back in the middle.
Yeah, are you planning on doing a art show, physical art show?
Yes. Yes, art shows are big things for artists to show off their work, and even for ones that want to do silent auctions of their works for charities.
So we're talking in an act like in here, like this kind, it has an art show.
It's going to basically be a replica.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna copy paste what we're doing here and move it to San Diego.
We're going to copy paste it without plagiarizing, we promise.
Just a lot of times we're like, oh, we don't do that, and it's like.
I believe in the traditional things of furry conventions because they work. And the art show is very successful here. And I know many conventions that do them where it is successful.
There is a huge art scene in San Diego.
There's a huge art scene in San Diego from what I've seen.
Yeah, I know a guy who could run the art show very, very well. You made Glenn.
If you know someone who can help us, have them email this email.
Okay, is it on the postcard?
It is. Yes, it is on the postcard.
The next panel in here is at 5.
What time is it now?
404. Timeout down.
Wow, it's 4:04. Well,
no
Office theme.
What we'll do is I'll hold the room till about 4:30 to give them 30 minutes to let us get out.
Alright, we're scheduled till 4.
Yep, this, I mean,
Oh,
last
well.
just questions and answers. And then you can ask anything about anything, ask about.
Does anyone else have a question that I can answer?
Green in the middle.
Green in the middle?
Yes, with Max.
So for those of us who might want to volunteer non-physical time, for those of us who are artists, aside from copious amounts of fan art of the mascots, are there any official channels for assisting with any of the marketing endeavors, art endeavors for the convention?
So there's always going to be a need to create like pocket guides. There's going to be a need for graphic design for like the signs that you see around FC, or the pamphlets, or creating things for slideshows, or, you know, if AV wants to put up God knows what on a screen. If you were here last year, you may have seen like some of the happy birthday FC art, or, you know, just random things that you don't get seen, or if you know how to do Substance Painter or Unity work or Blender, there's always going to be a need for the VR side of things or content creation side of things. Art, to me, isn't just, hey you, I know you normally make money off of this, but I need you to do this for free so I can print it. There's multiple forms of art. If you're a musician and you make art and you're a DJ and you want to make background music for everything, or if we have phones and you call it and you want to make hold music. I say that because I know a furry convention that has hold music on their phones, and it is hilarious. Art is such a wide term that there's always going to be something. No.
On the note of getting copious amounts of art of the mascots, though, I'm making the website, and I am going to need a lot of help, because my idea, my concept for the site is that the mascots are going to be doing things to the site. Like if there's, a page that's under construction, a couple of them are going to be wearing hard hats and, like knocking things on there, like lots of like little fourth wall stuff. Like that's going to be one of the big design cues for the website. So if anyone's interested in participating in that.
You can just shoot the email too, right? SanDiegoFurCon@gmail.com. Any other questions after this panel, please feel free to SanDiegoFurCon@gmail.com. Super easy to remember, and just talk to us.
For those who have a postcard, the QR code on this postcard goes to all of our social media links.
Oh, so if you go to the next slide too.
It's also in the FC Con book. We have a whole page.
Yeah, if you want a bigger version,
I'm right next to you. The LS walking right
I
next
saw
to
that.
us.
Well, hit the next slide, Chancellor. That should be our social media page. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Can I plug the raffle one more time for those who got in here?
So for those who weren't here earlier, we are doing a raffle with our Ko-Fi. We're giving away items if you donate. What was it?
It's $2 for a raffle ticket.
And you get books with it when we do the raffle.
And the prize is a brand new book set of Furry Nation and Furry Planet by Joe Strike. So if you want a chance to take home some furry literature and donate to the startup of the con, you can come up here anytime to get a raffle ticket. And I gotta raffle this off before folks who bought tickets left. So anybody else who wants a ticket? Nope. We're good? All right then.
There's also a lot more postcards like this. There's a huge stack of them over here, and they're actual postcards. So, anyone who's interested, come get one.
Yeah. And then we'll probably pass these out on like the random tables outside too.
Right. Also, does anyone else have any questions? I see someone.
All right. Should I wrap?
All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Oh, just scan the QR code. All right.
All right. I guess it's raffle time.
One more question.
Can I be your first dealer at Dealer's Den?
Yay!
We'll consider it.
All right. Let's see who got the book. Yes.
Quick question: How far along are you guys compiling like your whole team, like creating the website and?
So we've got a few people on the website team now, but we can always use more help. I highly recommend emailing us about that, and because we're gonna need all the help we can get.
All right.
There's like 4 tickets in here, and one of them is my
So
wife.
to give a better answer to that really quick, we have most of the marketing team and some of the teams together. Obviously for like operations and IT, those are gonna be big pre-con needs. Things like programming for panels or our charity teams or dealer's den or any like logistics. That's something that we'll need to touch eventually, but it's been in the back of my mind because we're not to that point yet. Or like con ops. We're not to a point to where I'm really ready to hire people for con ops because we don't have a physical location yet. Outside of, also we do have some executive positions open if you feel comfortable with it. We're looking for a hotel liaison to talk with our contract venues. We're also looking for programming second and operations second in some other departments. So there are some anything from executive to staff positions open. So we are very wide open in some things more than others. It's just comfortability and experience with people and trying to find people, like for certain key positions, we kept them to SoCal locals. Although I do live in Sacramento and I'm the one oddball out. It's more or less wanting the local community to know that it's created by those who live and know and breathe the area. You're always gonna be there.
Yeah. Also, business trip. Business trip.
One of these days, we're going to like just straight up kidnap Ezri and bring her down to San Diego.
No! Yes! How many of you guys want us to kidnap Ezra and bring him down to San Diego? I've never seen so many people cheer for kidnapping.
I know, everyone's cheering for kidnapping me and I'm just like, there's an open door, I should run, but I'm fat and don't run.
All right, do we have any more questions?
Does anybody have any more questions about the con? Oh, yes.
Do you guys have a joinable Discord server?
We are working on it.
We don't have a joinable Discord yet, not a public one.
Does anyone here have Discord moderating experience? I know how to build a Discord server.
There's a lot of folks who know that.
For the love of God, please apply to work with us because I need help. Summer, you don't count. Shut up, I live with you.
Well, we do have a public Telegram as well.
We do have a public Telegram that needs more moderators. We need people who know how to help me finish setting up the Discord that has been sitting there crying for attention.
Like the only members are literally people on staff.
Yeah, the only members are people on staff and they're just doing art jams in it all the time right now.
It's so fun though, just hang. I mean, like,
So-
what's so great about this con and all of like these are all my friends. I've known Chance. How long have we known each other? Like 15 years at least.
It's been over
It's
a
been a
decade,
while.
yeah.
God, you're so old, dumb shit.
I know we are so old.
I'm an ancient nerd.
I can't say old because Joe's looking at me and I feel like he's judging me. So when I said old, I looked over there at the wall because I'm not looking in this direction.
Yeah, 40 years old.
My birthday is on the 25th, so I'll be 58.
Mine was on the 10th. So yeah, my birthday was on the 10th. Hey, Summer, your birthday was on the 14th. So, yay to people having birthdays on and around FC.
My birthday's tomorrow.
Happy early birthday. You get to have your birthday on Dead Dog. I'm sorry.
Dead Dog, yes.
I don't suppose you wanted to say what another feature of the con was based on how you are ordained to marry people.
Oh.
I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty
So, okay. So I started a fun project last year and I got ordained and I started doing furry weddings. And so one of the big things that we're going to do as an offer as a free service at San Diego FurCon is if furries want to get married at con, We will help you file the paperwork, and you can get married at con on site with your friends or anyone at the convention who you want to attend it.
And San Diego is a very beautiful place to get married.
It is.
Beautiful
Yes.
destination place, yeah.
And
I think that's something special that I have not seen offered any other con. I think that's really cool.
that's going to be such a busy thing if people actually take us up on that.
We have to have more volunteers to help with the weddings, you guys.
Oh God, we're going to have a wedding planning department? As long as we don't have to have the divorce department the next year. I got married at con and I found him in room wooing with another werewolf. No.
Like year 2 theme, divorce.
I guess this would be a way that furries aren't normally used to of tying knots.
That was a dad joke from hell. So I will ask from like any serious question to unhinged question, or if you have a question and you want to just get to know us, no question is a bad question. The only bad question is the ones that you don't ask because you're too shy to. And I know furries are shy beings, so no one is going to judge you no matter what you ask us. Just don't ask me what flavor crayon I eat because it's blue.
If you want to ask, chance that.
Hey, mine is Purple Mountain's Majesty.
That's my favorite ice cream flavor.
Favorite restaurant in the San Diego County?
Oh, that's not me.
That's Chance.
Actually, Way to Go is expensive as hell, though.
My favorite restaurant in San Diego County is Chance's House.
In all fairness, I make a pretty mean smoked salmon chowder.
Oh yes.
It's amazing.
So
We have to have a panel for that.
Make the salmon salmon.
Please, Chance,
Oh,
do
I
that.
also do smoked cinnamon salmon fillet, and yes, cinnamon, honey, maple syrup, like all these things go well with salmon.
San
But not
Diego
this
Cry.
Farms
Don't make
Thanksgiving
me hungry, please.
So, all right. So yeah, I am a decent chef. So every weekend immediately before Thanksgiving in San Diego, we do the SDF potluck, where we ask that everybody bring their culinary A game. I do. The last one that we had people who had a difficult time walking away because they were so stuffed. And
There was so much food there.
and it was all good.
Yes!
Like someone made, what was that, pulled pork sliders? Like, they were falling apart. Like it was amazing.
Honey,
So,
I brought the salad. I got like 3 people that touched it.
Oh.
Like, so, furries.
we like our meat. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love salad.
You and then Monty.
So, what is Chance's full legal address?
Come to an SDF meet. You'll be invited to the after party.
I do. It's fun.
Matcha.
Does the furry wedding mean that there's an implication about a furry priest?
That would be
Oh,
Oh, you are? I actually didn't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not. I'm just ordained to give weddings like a justice of the peace.
But we'll dress you up.
I actually legally can do that.
Yeah. It started as a joke.
I swear to God, as long as the thing that goes around my shoulder doesn't say ooh woo across it.
I'm gonna pull the raffle ticket now.
You have
See who
cult
gets to
robes.
take home the
We can
books.
lend them to you.
Alright, everybody get the
Oh
tickets
God,
out if you got one.
It's actually cultable lab robes, yes.
All right.
You do have them.
Who wants to pull out the ticket? I will. Pull out the ticket. And the winning.
But furries are not good at pulling out.
You want to do Alright, so we got ticket number 28017-004.
Yes!
Finally won something.
Thank you for everybody who donated to get a ticket.
Yeah,
It surely
it's a
does
set.
help everybody.
It's a set,
It
'cause
does
it's one
help
and a
us
sequel.
with our startup
Yep.
costs. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Also, come get your postcards.
and
Please
free
come
stickers.
here and grab some postcards.
Grab
As
some
many as
stickers. There's a shit ton of postcards.
You just dump the whole thing.
Dump the whole thing?
Dump the whole thing.
Take them for your
Yeah, these are actual postcards that you can stick stamps to and mail to people.
Everybody loves free swag. Hell yeah.